But the first game that's happening on Sunday football is the Rams versus the Cowboys. It's a pretty easy thought here.
All right, give us your thought,
Rams
then.
missing their right tackle.
Michael Parsons.
Michael Parsons is there. It's the Cowboys.
It's the Cowboys. I agree.
But
For the same
honestly,
exact
bet on
reason.
Michael Parsons to get 2 sacks.
Yeah.
I mean,
Not two. Two's a little much. There's too much competition on that D line for him to get 2. DeMarcus Lawrence is going to get 1.
It depends what the odds are on it, though.
DeMarcus Lawrence going to get 1.
500, 600. I'm
And
guessing
anybody
you two
on the
also
team
pick-
could sack.
Yeah,
I'm guessing you two also picked the.
yeah, I also got the
pick the
Cowboys,
Cowboys.
but I think it'll be closer than most people think.
You say that about every
You know
game.
what? You're right. I do
The
say that a
Los
lot.
Angeles Rams. We're going to win.
Ride with your team.
We're not
Aiden,
gonna-
ride with your team.
We're not going to win, but I have to pick it. I have us winning 24-14.
What? Damn.
Yeah, Dak Prescott, 3
Not
interceptions.
Honestly, you know
Dak
what?
Prescott.
You're
That
right.
might be true, but they're still not
You're
winning.
right.
They're still
Dak
not
is
winning.
ass.
It's going to happen.
Dak is ass, but I've called Dak ass before and he's won.
You know what, Aiden? You're right.
I still think
You've
he-
persuaded me,
this is-
Aiden. Rams by a
this
field
is-
goal.
This is the classic Dak loss game after his big win. This is the classic Dak loss.
Rams by a field goal.
Classic. Happens every year.
The next game we've got this week is the Vikings versus the Packers. Obviously, we heard that TJ Hawkinson's questionable. But Kirk has just come off a big Monday Night Football win. What are our thoughts?
Big Kirko.
1 o'clock,
Come on
Kirk
now.
Cousins. I have the Vikings winning this game 24-17 against the Packers.
I don't have a score prediction for any of these games, but
I have a score prediction
I've
for
got the
every
Vikings.
game. Get your money
I've
up.
got the Vikings winning pretty
I'll do score predictions starting next week. I also don't have score predictions for this week, but I got Packers.
Yeah,
I got the
get your-
Packers
Get
winning
your
this
money
game.
up, boys.
I'm a big Packers believer this season.
Wow.
I really like
How do
the
you
young
believe them?
guys.
They've already failed. They already failed.
I think that their ceiling is high. However, their floor is also
yeah, in 2
on
years.
the floor.
Kind of feel like they're on the floor, but James, what's your pick?
Come on now. Big Kirko.
Yeah.
I'll ride along with the Packers.
Big Kirko plus what Addison did last game, I was watching that one.
He was.
He
brilliant.
looks good out there. And I mean, he straight up ripped an interception out some 49ers. It was 49ers guys.
Oh yeah, that was going to be a pick if he didn't.
Yeah.
if he didn't get his hands in that.
Yeah,
That's
that was,
that's a
lovely play.
game-changing play. If that's an interception, I'm not sure the Vikings would have
And
won that
a
game.
lot of wide receivers would give up on that and just go, "Oh fuck, well that's a pick." But no, he just ripped it from his hands.
Diggs would give up.
He
Diggs
just
would
stripped
have,
it from his fucking hands.
Diggs would have started whining.
Yeah,
We've got Falcons versus Titans as the next game.
fucking garbage game.
Falcons.
I
Without
have
with Will Levis throwing 3 picks.
due to the Falcons' run defense being okay. Their defense is pretty decent in general against Will Levis. I think they win 34-7. I think they blow them out. I think it's a blowout, but I don't think it's a blowout because Desmond Ridder plays well. I think it's a blowout because
Bijan.
Will Levis
They
plays
keep feeding
terrible.
the running backs.
That's
They
why I
just
think
keep
it's
feeding the running backs who fuck
I
up.
think Desmond Ridder could end up with like 250 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception on this game, and they would crush the Titans because I think Will Levis
will end
those
up
3
with
interceptions.
90 yards, 3 interceptions, gets subbed out by Will Levis for Malik Willis.
All the Falcons have to do to win this game is just commit to stopping the run. That's all they have to do to win. If Arthur Smith doesn't win this game, he should be fired.
I mean, he should have been fired already for everything he's done, but yeah.
Yep. I got the Falcons.
AJ, who have you
I got
got?
the Falcons winning
Yeah.
this game.
James,
I got the Falcons too. Even though I hate the Falcons as an organization just because of how awful they are, I don't see them beating the
Says the
Titans.
Commanders fan.
What's wrong with the
Says the
Commanders?
Giants.
Literally the greatest.
Wasn't your old owner a racist?
You're goddamn right he was.
Didn't he also like feet? I fuck.
All right.
Saints versus Colts. I'm coming out again. Back the Colts last week. They barely lost. I'm backing the Colts again. I've got the Colts winning this one.
I also have the Colts winning this one. I have the Colts winning 27-13. I have no confidence in the Saints offense. I have no confidence in Derek Carr. I have some confidence in the Colts offense. I think they're a big play waiting to happen. I think Josh Downs is a big play waiting to happen. Even if Zach Moss is out, it doesn't matter. Jonathan Taylor's back. Saints defense won't be able to stop him. Derek Carr is going to throw 2 interceptions. It won't be good.
I don't need faith in Derek Carr because I have faith in Alvin Kamara. And I believe the Saints pull out this win on the back of Alvin Kamara.
All right, James, who have you got?
I just can't get behind a guy named Gardner Minshew. So
Minshew mania.
I just don't like his name.
Jaguars legend Gardner Minshew.
No, listen, that might be one of the. It's going to be sloppy, but I think it could be one of the games of the week. I think it could be really close, and it could be a really good game.
This could either be a 7-7 game, or this could be a 34-34 game.
Unfortunately, this next game will not be like that. It is the Patriots versus the Dolphins. Patriots showed fight last week, but it will not matter. The Dolphins are better than the Bills. The Dolphins win this handedly. Not as honestly. They did get pretty close earlier in the season. I've got them like maybe 7.
I think watch the injuries on the Dolphins, depending on the Tyreek Waddle questionability.
Well, Tyreek sounds like he wants to play.
Yeah, Tyreek's gonna play.
Come on, man. They're not beating the...
No, I do have the Dolphins winning this game, either way. But those injuries are going to change this from a 21-point game to a 7-point game.
So I feel like it's going to be a close game no matter what.
I think if Waddle and Mostert don't play, which they will, but I think if they didn't play, the Patriots would win this game. But they will play, so the Patriots won't win this game. Like, Bill Belichick can somewhat keep the Dolphins in check, but if they're injured, he'll be able to do it. But if they're healthy, he'll try his best. They'll lose.
Also, I have heard, though, on Twitter that potentially Jalen Ramsey could be back. There is...
Well, that will not help
No,
Billy.
he will not be.
Potential.
He won't be.
I know.
He came out and said...
When did you hear that?
He came out and said today that this is news to him that he's going to be back, and that people need to stay off the media and actually start getting shit right and not just saying shit.
All right, so next week.
So...
All right, I still think, Dolphins. James, who have you got?
The Dolphins, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Is it even right?
Come on now.
The next one, the rivalry, Jets-Giants.
The rivalry in the Big
I
Apple.
thought it was a different rivalry coming up.
Nah.
New York.
I gotta ride.
I'm gonna let the Giants fan argue his case.
I gotta ride with my team.
Because I know you're picking the
I gotta
Giants.
ride with my team. Giants are gonna win this game. I think Saquon and Waller will play. They both showed that they're still capable of being the old them last week. Saquon was good last week. Waller was good last week. The offense figured some shit out. Tyrod Taylor has been good. And Zach Wilson is simply not going to be good this week. And that's what it's going to come down to. Zach Wilson.
Why is he not going to be good this week? Why won't he be good this week?
Because he's Zach Wilson.
Well, for the record, he's never really good, but it doesn't really matter. He doesn't have to be good to win games with this defense.
Yeah.
I've seen some improvement in his game.
I've picked the Jets to win this game. I picked the Jets to win 14-6. I do not see the Giants scoring 1 touchdown. Tyrod Taylor's going to get killed. Darren Waller will not be open. Saquon's going to get smothered. This Jets defense is legit. It is seriously good. This defense is so good. Zach Wilson outplayed Mahomes. That is how good this defense is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, Mahomes is just a bust.
That's exactly why I have the Jets winning.
Going into this season, I said to myself, will Aaron Rodgers really make this team a contender? Now that I see this team, they are Super Bowl bound if Aaron Rodgers was healthy this year. They would make the fucking Super Bowl. This defense is so good.
They still will.
He could.
I think if Aaron Rodgers comes back, they could certainly make the Super Bowl. If he doesn't, they will make the Super Bowl.
So hold on. We got to backtrack here. AJ, so you are saying the Giants would beat a Super Bowl contender?
Only because rivalry week. I think. Also, I have to take the Giants. If we were playing the Chiefs this week, I'd say we'd win. Like,
I mean, I picked the Rams to beat the Cowboys.
Yeah,
I can't hate. I
exactly.
picked the Rams to beat the Cowboys. We won't.
James,
The Rams are
James is about to pick the
bit.
Commanders to beat the Eagles. So, like,
We took him to overtime last time. It's not that ridiculous to say.
like
All right.
What do you guys think about Nikola Jokic?
First
Number
of all,
7. You know he's
James.
all right.
James,
What?
who have you got? It's Giants.
The Jets, their defense too good. And I see a lot of Zach Wilson hate. I think he's on his way up.
it's deserved hate. He's on his way
That's
up.
fair.
but
He'll
it's
be.
deserved
I
hate.
think he can improve to. I think he can possibly improve to be mid at least.
I would
has
just like
Aaron
to point
Rodgers.
out- I would just like to point out Zach Wilson last game threw 0 touchdowns and they beat the Eagles. That's how good this defense is. He doesn't have to do anything. He could be
Okay, but
not good.
also he has Aaron Rodgers in his corner, like literally speaking over his shoulder into his ear, like a mini guy on his thing. So
He
on his shoulder.
also has a really good.
He's only gonna improve. He's only gonna improve.
He doesn't need to. He has a good defense and a good running back room.
He hasn't thrown a touchdown in 2 weeks.
Yeah, because his running
I don't
back
care,
room is
Jed.
also
That's what-
insane.
I've got the Jets
That's not
beating
what
the
I'm saying.
Giants 17-3. And both those touchdowns are a pick 6 and a fumble 6.
Wow. You think there would be 0 offensive touchdowns this game?
I don't think Tyrod Taylor will throw a pick 6. I think he's a little too careful for that because he is a vet. He knows how to throw
He'll
the
just
football.
fumble it twice.
No, I don't think he will fumble
Saquon's
it.
gonna fumble it.
I think they'll throw it to like some random bummy receiver and he'll fumble it, or they simply won't be able to drive down the field. I think it's
Hey,
more of a
AJ.
matter of
Last week,
AJ, who's the Giants wide receiver 1?
Slayton?
oh no.
Honestly, I
Incoming
couldn't fucking
fumble.
tell you.
That's honestly worse than the Chiefs somehow.
Like,
No, it's
it
not.
should be
No, it's not.
if they used him correctly.
Smash it up.
If they used him correctly,
Smash
it
it.
would be Jalen Hyatt. But they don't use him correctly, so it's not.
Yeah, he
Rishi
had 2
Rice is
receptions.
better.
Didn't he have 2 receptions last
Yeah,
game?
for 75 yards.
So
that
All right,
well,
okay.
that's he's a pure deep threat. That's gonna be his stat line every game. He's just like shitty
Jaguars.
Jameson Williams.
Jaguars Steelers.
Yeah, you
I want to hear what you guys have to say because I don't know if what I'm picking is an upset or not.
I'm a big fan of the Jaguars, man.
This was the hardest 1:00 game slot for me to pick. I was going back and forth a lot on this, and I ultimately settled on the Jags. I think TJ Watt is gonna get at least a sack, but I think the Jags squeak out a win here.
Hey,
I also have the Jags winning. I have the Jags winning 21-14. I watched the Steelers play the Rams last week. The Rams are not as good as the Jaguars, and the Rams would have won if our kicker didn't suck. So I think the Jags will win. Jags defense is better than the Rams defense. The Jags offense is better than the Rams offense. And the Steelers, they just came off a nice win. You know, they're coming off 2 back-to-back wins. We got to remember, this is still the team that lost by 24 to the Texans. Like,
I think
they can string together a couple wins. They're going to go like 9-8, and they're going to be happy about it.
I think the Jags and Rams offense are a lot closer than you think they are. I don't think Trevor is necessarily that much better than Stafford. And
His O-line is so much better than Stafford's offensive line.
But everything outside of that is pretty comparable.
ETN might be the second best running back in football.
so I'm guessing, James, you picked
Tyron
the Jags.
died.
Yeah, I think they're a pretty good team this season. Not
Well-
pretty good, very good. Let me correct that. Very good, actually. I like everything they're doing. I especially like that Etienne guy, bro.
ETN.
I thought that my pick was controversial, and I was right. I have the Steelers winning this game.
Based
I have
on
their
what?
defense being
Based on
slightly.
what?
I have their defense just being too good. The Jags have looked patchy at best. The Steelers, I don't know. There's some feeling inside of me that I've got the Steelers winning this one.
I
Didn't you say you
Go
like
against
Kenny
the Browns.
Pickett or whatever his name is?
Pickett's ass, but like,
However,
This game is
However-
going to be a Christian Kirk masterclass. Calvin Ridley's not going to do a thing.
he never does
It's
it.
gonna happen again.
for fantasy
And Aiden's
purposes, I hope
Aiden
that
might kill
doesn't
himself.
happen.
Oh, it's gonna happen. Oh, it's gonna happen.
All right. So our next game is Eagles Commanders. James, you will be the only person here picking the Commanders. Explain why they'll win.
I think you're wrong about that.
I got the Commanders winning. Every time there's a divisional game, you never know what's gonna happen, and it's a big rival.
Yes, Smasher?
Yeah, smash straight in your fucking Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, dick riding gear. The fucking Commanders are going all the way. You better believe it. Brian Robinson is a menace. Scary Terry, a menace. Sam Howell,
Sam Howell
be
is
a
about
menace.
to be sacked the most times in a season ever.
No, they're gonna have it fixed by next week, by this Sunday, I guess now. But
They're not going to have it fixed against
Listen-
the best
listen to me.
defensive line in the league.
Listen to me.
no,
Listen
they're not
to
even the
me.
best defensive time.
Listen to me. Divisional game. All right.
Divisional game is
Divisional
right.
game. All right.
Divisional game is
Commanders
right.
Have a chance, but I lied. I did pick the Eagles.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but last season,
I lied. I picked the Eagles.
correct me if I'm wrong, but it was the Commanders that ended the Eagles' undefeated season
Yeah, it
last
was.
year, right? In
It was.
The Eagles
overtime?
aren't
I
undefeated
think
this time.
I think the Commanders have a legitimate chance. It's a divisional game. The Commanders somehow know how to beat the Eagles. They beat them last year when they were better, and the
Took them to
Commanders
overtime already this year.
were
Took them to
worse.
overtime already this year.
Took them to overtime. The Commanders know what to do, and as I said with the Lions last week, and y'all didn't go with me, it's hard to win in the National Football League. It is hard to win. They're 6-1. They're gonna lose eventually.
You
They
know-
already lost to the Jets. Anything can
They
happen.
came off a hard
They've lost
win.
recent enough that I think they're
They
fine.
came off a hard win against a good Dolphins team last week. I do believe
No,
that the Commanders
no.
actually have a shot at winning this game.
Yeah.
I did.
Come on, now.
No, now, I'd like to
This-
preface this. I think the Eagles will win, but I think it'll be closer than everybody expects.
I think this will be the upset of the week.
Possibly overtime. Possibly overtime.
Upset
I
of the
think
week,
this will
that's
be the
right,
upset of the
AJ.
week. Alright. Commanders. Commanders W.
Eagles
Up-
defensive
upset
line
of the
is
week.
the best. Defensive line is the best in the league.
The Commanders have the Eagles number.
Smasher, if
Hello?
if their defensive line is just gonna pummel Washington, then why did 5 sacks against Washington still send them into overtime? If those sacks were just so prevalent,
Because
They
the
went to
Washington,
overtime.
The Washington O-line's gotten even worse somehow.
they gave up
Jalen
5
Carter's
sacks.
developed a bit more. I think this could be
It's
a
been
7 or
3
an 8
games.
sack
He's
game.
not any better than he was 3 games ago.
I have the Eagles dominating this one. I have them winning by at least 2 touchdowns. Sirianni's not going to let him lose to the
You
Commanders twice.
Can have that opinion.
They didn't lose to the Commanders. They almost lost to the Commanders. It's a difference.
The next game, I'm hoping this is an easy one. Texans Panthers. I'm gonna take the Chiefs gear off. I am a fucking massive CJ Stroud dick rider. I fucking love CJ Stroud. I think he's the best rookie of this class, easily.
Yeah.
The Texans win this game very easily, comfortably, 20-point win.
I think you're wrong. I think they'll win. 20 points is too much. 20 points is too much. They won't win by 20 points because they won't have to win by 20 points. The offense is just going to slow down in like the fourth quarter. I could see the Panthers scoring garbage time touchdowns like they have a tendency to do. 20 points is a little bit much. We've seen CJ Stroud, his last 2 games, has been worse. He hasn't been bad, but he's been worse than he has been. Just because he doesn't really needed to do that much. And especially against we forget, the Saints almost came back and beat them because CJ Stroud wasn't very good that game. He wasn't great.
Ooh.
And we'll see what happens. I think they win, but 20 points is a little much. I think the Panthers are hungry. I think they're hungry for a win, and I think they're going to be I think they're going to be hard to put down this week. But
I think they're really hungry, but I think they're going to keep starving.
I don't think the Panthers are as bad as everybody.
I believe they'll keep starving too, but
I don't think the Panthers are as bad as everybody makes them out to be. They're
0-6.
Yes, but for
the record, their schedule has not been easy.
Finish exactly. They have had a hard opening schedule. They've lost to the Dolphins, the Lions, the Vikings, the Seahawks, the Saints, and the Falcons.
Okay, the Saints are not great. The Falcons aren't great.
They
lost to
the Saints by a field goal.
Yeah, exactly. That's a game they should have won.
They are not a better team than the Saints. They should not have won that game.
No, but the Saints are awesome.
Yeah, but the Panthers might be worse.
They've had a hard opening schedule.
Yeah, it's about time they get a win.
I know I said
any game, it's this one. I still think
I said Commanders Eagles upset of the week.
I don't think this is as big as an upset.
I don't think the Panthers will win, but I think the Texans win by less than a touchdown.
I think the Panthers win on
I have 14-20 here. I think 14-20 would be probably a likely.
How do you see them getting to 20? Do you see them missing an extra point or getting there
the Texans?
2 touchdowns.
Two touchdowns, 2 field goals. 2 touchdowns, 2 field goals.
Okay.
I've got Panthers winning this with
I think that's pretty realistic.
A 50-yard field goal as time expires. That's how the Panthers win this game.
Can any team even hit a 50-yard field goal?
You've made that exact same prediction before.
I don't think I have.
I think you definitely
can hit. He hit a 56-yarder against the Vikings, so he can do it.
50-yard field goal to win this game by the Panthers.
But he can hit a 50-yard field goal.
Adam Thielen.
CJ Stroud, masterclass. Texans win.
No.
So is that James? Did you put in your pick?
Texans are gonna win.
Right.
Even though I've just been arguing the Panthers the entire time, I still think the Texans are gonna win.
My entire argument is just it'll be closer than Smasher thinks it will be, but I think the Texans will still win. I think as the season goes on, the Panthers are gonna get harder and harder to beat. And I think, damn, they're gonna win eventually. This team is not bad enough to go 0-16.
I think if the Panthers get a win, it's gonna be against a really good team. I kind of see them upsetting someone
that could happen.
I don't know what their schedule is, but they almost beat the Dolphins. They went well at the start.
For the record, Bryce Young could just randomly break out. He could just do that. It could
Trevor Lawrence moment
at any point. It
Trevor
could just
Lawrence
moment. He could pull a Trevor Lawrence where he's not good his rookie year and then just becomes a god.
Well, the next game is the Browns Seahawks. I don't know if I don't know if my pick here is controversial or not, so I'm going to let you guys go first.
I think we'll be split here.
You go first.
I think we'll be split.
I thought this one would be not that controversial, but go ahead,
James,
Smasher.
you go first.
Why do you make me go first? Go first, Smasher. Let's hear your pick.
I think I've got the Browns, all right? I've got the fucking Browns winning this because I think their defense is too good, and I think they'll outlast them and outwill them, and I've got the Browns winning this.
I also have the Browns for the exact same reason.
I also have the Browns.
I thought we'd be split.
Moron.
I thought this was a fucking more split game.
Yeah, I thought at least one of us would pick the Seahawks.
Hell no.
No, I believe in my heart that the Browns defense is better than the 49ers defense. I think it's the best defense in the league. I think it is the best defense in the league.
What do you think? Do you think the Jets is third?
I think they certainly. I do. The Jets could be in an argument for second best defense in the league.
Eagles, Jets,
Eagles.
32nd best defense in the league, especially when they're playing the Commanders.
32nd.
Come on now.
You never know about the Commanders, but I think the Browns. I think Myles Garrett is the best defensive player in football. I think he's the best defensive player in football. I think he's in the zone. I think this is the season.
It is not a
where
giant.
he proves himself. I think this is the season where he proves himself. He's already proving himself. He's got freaking let me check the stats. He's got 7.5 sacks already. He's good. He's really good. And people forget that they have JOK, they have Denzel Ward, they have Grant Delpit, they have Zadarius Smith, they have Greg Newsome. This defense is stacked. stacked full of talent.
Reading the depth chart.
Yes.
It is stacked
Straight off
full
of
of
Real.
talent. You cannot
Not
argue
sponsored
that
by
there's
Real,
no
but yes,
talent
depth
on
chart
this
straight
team.
off of Real.
Dude,
Well,
it's a good
the
defense.
next game, Chiefs Broncos. We always dominate the Broncos. The Broncos are gone again. Thank you, Chiefs. 10 points. Sloppy-ish again. 5 of us winning by 10.
Broncos country, let's ride. Come on now. The Russell Wilson comeback game right here. He's dropping 50 on the Chiefs, and Mahomes is going to absolutely suck.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
You know what? Taylor Swift's album "Sucking Ass" is a testament to Kelsey gonna suck ass this week, and therefore,
Okay, we can't say that. AJ, you're going to get us
know.
cancelled.
good.
AJ, you're going to get us cancelled.
I'm gonna get all the Swifties pissed, and they're gonna come look at this video.
All right, I guess I have a controversial pick. I have the Chiefs over the Broncos. I have the Chiefs winning 42-15.
No, look, I still have the Chiefs.
I
still have the Chiefs.
think
but-
I think the Broncos, they score a touchdown, they go for 2, and they get it. That's why I think they have 15.
Okay.
Why would they go for 2 if they're down?
Because they're gonna
Instead of the
because
Broncos.
every team goes
Because
for 2 and
Sean
they're down by
Payton
that
does
much.
wacky shit.
Listen,
They would go for
Chiefs
2, I think.
win, and I think it's good. I don't think it's more than like 2 touchdowns at most. Because we like to keep our divisional matchups where we dominate them, but like we don't really dominate them points wise.
Dominate them
We
yardage
just
wise,
kinda
but not point wise.
Yes. We stop them on defense. We dominate them. Our defense is dominant. Our offense is all right, and we just kind of keep them in check and cruise to a win.
Yeah.
James, please say you pick the Chiefs. James.
Well, let's go to the next game on this one.
No, you're fucking
James.
saying your
Yo,
pick.
James, is this your upset of the week?
I think every pick I've had is an upset of the week, but I'll go with the Chiefs just because they are the better team. I do want the Broncos to win very badly, though. I think
Everybody wants the Broncos to win. Everybody wants the Broncos to win.
Yeah. I always want the
Smasher,
Chiefs to lose.
do you know what I would do to you if you guys lost to the Broncos?
Fuck Ross.
I would flame you for a decade. Even if you won a Super Bowl, I'd still flame you about losing to the Broncos.
If the Broncos
we
win
haven't
this,
lost to the Broncos in like 10 years
if
now.
the Broncos win this game, are we all buying Broncos gear to wear next week?
I will.
I got a semi Broncos color shirt on right now.
I will buy a Jerry Jeudy jersey.
Next game,
Yes.
I think we can get this summary done in 20
I won't
seconds.
do
for the
that.
Next game.
Otherwise, I
10
won't do
seconds.
that. Don't hold me.
I
to
think we can get the summary done for this game in 5
Cardinals
seconds.
win.
Ravens Cardinals.
that. I think I have the Ravens winning 31-17.
No, the Ravens win easily,
31-17 Ravens.
comfortable.
Ravens.
Time for another upset of the week. No, I'm
Ravens
kidding. I also
domination.
have the Ravens winning this
Yeah,
one.
Ravens domination.
Ravens all expected. The next game, Raiders Lions on Monday Night Football.
You skipped a
No.
couple games.
I'm taking.
Oh, you skipped Bears
One
Chargers.
skip.
You also skipped Bengals
And-
Niners.
You did do that.
Damn, this guy stinks. This job.
It does sink. Smasher, you're a moron. Okay, let's go over our picks for
Bengals-Niners.
Bengals-Niners. I personally picked the Bengals to beat the 49ers
Let me up the page on
35-22. What do you think, AJ? Who do you think is going to win this game?
Bengals are coming off of a 2-game win streak. Niners are coming off of a 2-game losing streak. The Bengals have momentum coming into this game. I've got the Bengals.
Bengals also had a bye,
Yeah.
so the Bengals are going to be fresh.
Yep. 2-game win streak and a bye. The Niners just had a upset against the Vikings, and then another loss the week before that. I've got
And Brock Purdy might not play.
yeah, and Brock Purdy's got a fucking concussion. I've got
That might be better for them. I don't like Brock Purdy.
I've got the Bengals winning this
Well,
game.
Sam Darnold is pretty bad.
Sam Darnold is
I'll
pretty-
be
Maybe
honest.
not. Maybe he's better than Brock. Brock Purdy.
James, what's your pick?
I got the Bengals winning as well.
I'm going to go
Dude,
against the grain, and I'm going to say the Niners. I
Well, that's because you
think
hate Joe
I
Burrow.
think CMC. No,
No shiesty.
I like the Bengals.
Wow.
I think the Bengals are right, but I think the Niners. I think we're hating on the Niners. I know they lost 2 in a row, but like they've still got CMC.
momentum means a
And
lot.
a
Bengals
really
have
good
Jamar
defense.
Chase. Did you not see
And they've
Addison
got
rip
fucking-
a pick out of a Niners corner's hand? What is Jamar Chase going to do to their corners? He might go for 200 yards.
Fine. Listen, they're fine. The Niners
They're not
win this.
good. They're not good. You could ask
The
any
Niners
Niner
are
fan in
fine.
the world. Their corners are not that good.
I'm not saying their corners are fucking not good, but I think they're fine and they'll win it.
I put up 200 yards on the Niners corners.
I think Jamar Chase and T. Higgins combined for 300 yards and 2 touchdowns.
I think CMC gets 250 yards with a throwing touchdown, a passing touchdown, and a rushing touchdown.
Okay, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard you say. That's not.
He could do it.
Yeah,
No, I've heard him say a lot of
wrong.
stupid shit. That's not even on the top 10
Yeah.
list.
He will not do that. The last time he did that was against the Rams last year. This is a much better team than the last year's Rams.
I've got them winning. Bears Chargers. I think we can comfortably. Honestly, Chargers haven't been great, but like it's the Bears without Fields. I've got the Chargers winning this. They might be, but
What is bro cooking up there? Aiden, what do you
I'm
got?
cooking up something crazy right
Aiden,
now.
what you got? Bears,
Bears.
Bears 24-21.
What happened to T? What does bro have?
Bears 27-10. I think they blow them out.
Wow.
I think they blow them out.
Okay.
I think Tyson Badgett plays well enough, but I think Deontay Foreman and Roshan Johnson run for 250 plus yards combined.
Okay.
I think the Bears defense is gonna be better. And damn, has Justin Herbert not been good recently?
You know, we talked
He's just not been good.
You gotta admit
We
that.
talked about Josh Allen being
He's not there.
overrated. I also believe Justin Herbert is one of the most overrated
I
quarterbacks.
don't think Justin Herbert's overrated anymore. People are starting to hate on him as much as they should be.
Okay. I don't know. I still don't see a lot of Justin Herbert.
Coming in
hate.
the season, he was overrated as fuck. But like,
Listen. Justin Herbert in his last 3 games, all right, 167 passing yards, 1 passing touchdown, 2 rushing touchdowns. 167 yards is not good, but they were playing the Raiders, so that was enough to win. Didn't actually matter. The game after that, 227 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception in a loss to the Cowboys. Last game, 259, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions in a loss to the Chiefs. It's not been going good recently for him. I think he keeps up his form. I think they struggle. I think they lost. But I do think next week they'll probably bounce back. Next game, whenever they play next.
Do I-
Yeah, they play the Jets on Monday Night Football. I think they'll win that game somehow. I think they'll find a way to win that game.
Do I believe that Justin Herbert is overrated? Yes. Do I believe the Chargers are going to win this game? Yes.
yeah,
Y'all don't know about
Chargers.
Tyson Badgett, the GOAT. Y'all don't know about him.
James,
Game
who you got?
manager.
I gotta agree with Aiden. I think he cooked up something wonderful here.
Listen, I think this is probably the most likely to be an upset on the week, but I've still got the Chargers. I think 8.5 spread I'm seeing here for the Chargers. I honestly think
The Bears
Take
will
the
cover
Bears to
that.
cover
The
that.
Bears will cover
I,
that.
I think if the Chargers are winning, it's only by like 7 or 3. I think that could be a decent line. Missing their wide receivers and all. But Monday Night Football now that I've fucking gotten through those 2. Raiders Lions.
Lions.
Raiders without
I
Jimmy
gotta-
G by the looks
I
of it.
got a bounce back game for the Lions. I got them winning 35-7.
Yep.
I think the Lions are coming off a tough loss. I don't think Dan Campbell's the type of coach to roll over and die. I think he's going to come up swinging, and I think they're going to kill this Raiders team.
I completely agree.
Real.
Lions domination.
I
this
agree
week.
too.
They've got something more like possibly like 42-14 or 49-14. I could see the Lions try and run up the scoreboard to try and make up for that embarrassing loss last week.
And this is 35-7 is my prediction if David Montgomery doesn't play. If David Montgomery does play, 42-7.
They're hitting 50.
I think
They're breaking
Jameer
50.
Gibbs could have another masterclass.
He could. He's a good player.
I
He
think
really is a
if
good player.
Monty's back, I think Jameer Gibbs still gets like 7-8 receptions and is pretty good in that receiving
Yeah.
game.
No.
Yeah.
No, Dan Campbell. Dan. That's not the way Dan Campbell runs his offense. As soon as Monty's back, he's gonna fall down to earth because that's not how Dan Campbell runs his offense. Because Dan
Dan
Campbell.
Campbell's a retard that doesn't care about my
Freaking-
fantasy team.
Fuck your fantasy team,
Moron.
Smasher.
You moron. Smasher, you moron.
Alright,
Can't see these things on the air.
James,
Yeah.
who have you got?
I already said I agree with Aiden on this one. The Lions comeback victory. I think it was pretty humiliating, at least, especially that first half against the Ravens last week. So I think they come out and try and prove something, and I think they do prove it.
All right. Well, that's our NFL for the week.